Hey mates, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to set up a local WordPress website on your Linux machine. This is super useful if you want to design and build your website locally, so you don't need to buy domains or hosting just yet. You can work everything offline, and once you're ready, you can export your site and launch it online. This video is part of a series I'm going to start where I'll walk through creating an e-commerce website that accepts crypto payments and a variety of payments options, helping you become your own boss, running your own business. I'm trying to do everything on a tight budget. Just like many of you, I'm on a tight budget as well, so it's going to be cost friendly as possible. So let's begin. All right, so as you can see, I have a Linux machine mint here. I wrote all the commands that will be easy to follow, and I will share those commands. I don't know where yet. Probably when I will have a website, I will share it on the website page, because YouTube doesn't allow to post Linux command or programming commands in the description. So let's begin. Okay, so first let's change the name of the machine. Sudo nano etc hostname. Let's call it CP Breeze WordPress. Change the name, and we also need to change the host file to localhost. So everything that starts with 127, it's basically localhost. It's running locally on the machine. It doesn't route out. So let's give the same name. Now if you run NS lookup, it's always resolve the local IP. Let me try to restart the login ID without reboot the machine, that the name will be changed. Okay, if you write hostnamectl and close and open the terminal, you see that the name has been changed. But basically, when you reboot the machine, it will change the name automatically. Okay, let's update the system. Sudo apt update, and let's do full upgrade, that all the packages will be up to date and the system will be well secured and maintained. It's going to take a while. I will fast forward, and when it will finish, just reboot the machine, that all the change and the package will take effect. Alright, the machine is up and running. Now we need to install Apache. Apache basically is the web server that run locally on your machine. So sudo apt install Apache 2, and it will install the package. And when you run systemctl status Apache, you can see that it's enabled and running. We have all the logs. The last log, you can see there's an issue with the certificate because we're running locally and we don't have certificate for the moment. We can solve it later when the service will be in production. Okay, and if you run this command, you can see that Apache is listening port 80 HTTP, and you also can check on your browser and see that Apache is up and running. This is the default page, and you have the configuration layout that you can change. We'll do it later. Also, if you type the hostname, you can see it's working because we update the host file. Now we need to install the database. So I will use the Maria database. Basically, if I'm not wrong, is SQL server at the backend. So you need to run sudo apt install Maria server, MariaDB server. Just run it. Yes. And after run script to secure the installation. It's not mandatory, but it's good. Okay, so we don't have root password for the database. It's not the Linux password, it's the database root. So just press enter. Don't change the authentication. No. Change the root password. Yes, that's the password for the database. Okay. And the other option, just type yes. We don't want anonymous user, so we remove it. We want to remove the test database and access to it, and we will be able to log into the database only locally and not from the web. And reload privilege table. Now it's mean like just save changes. Alright, so now run Maria database to the database and just copy and paste those commands. Let me go over it quick. So what we do, we create database. I call it CP Breeze WordPress database, but you can call it only WordPress or only database or whatever you want. Character set, those configuration is when it support multi-languages and it will appear normally. And the user, that's the user I use for the database, but again, you can use any user you want. And it's a local host IP. And the password, I call it my password, but better you change it to something more secured. File to the following user in the local network. Let me just change it to localhost. It's look better. Okay. Here is explanation from ChatGPT, easy to understand, each line and command. So copy and paste it. Clear. Okay. Now and quit. Okay, now we need to download WordPress. So first we need to install wget and unzip because we're going to use those packages. In this scenario, it's already installed. And go to WordPress.org, get WordPress, copy the link to download WordPress wget, and the file has been downloaded, latest.zip, that's the latest version. If you do ls, you see we have the file in the home directory. Let's unzip it, and now we see the WordPress folder. Okay, so what we do now, we change ownership recursively. This user www-data and this user group. Basically, that's the user that the Apache is created. And we do that in order that Apache will be access to the WordPress folder and for security reason as well. And now we need to move the WordPress folder to the var/www. That's the Apache default folder that loads the files. Okay, now we need to configure Apache. Just copy this command, nano etc Apache 2 site available WordPress.configuration, and copy and paste those commands. Basically, those are the default commands. You can I will add the description with ChatGPT just to be easy for you to understand what each command is doing. Just copy and paste it. Save. And now we need to make sure Apache doesn't use the default configurations file, and then we will make sure it will use the new configuration file we just created, wordpress.conf. And we need to install the following packages in order everything will work correctly. So install, copy and paste it. And now we load the changes. Let's run this command. It reload the configuration file of WordPress. The Apache is now up to date, and restart the Apache. That it will load all the configuration, and run system CTI status Apache. You see that it's up and running, all good. Okay, now let's go to the browser and type the localhost or the domain name we just gave. Choose the language you want to use. You see there is no certificate. We will fix it later. Okay, continue. Okay, now we need to fill all the relevant information. So the database, copy the database name. In this scenario, it's CP Breeze _ WordPress database. Username, that's the username I gave. Copy password, I call it my password. Again, this is for the database, okay? Access to the database. And the database host, it's the location database. It's running locally. Table of prefix, just leave it as default, submit, and we can run the installation now. Give a title to your website. Let's call it CBBS WordPress website. I give it my name, password. I make an easy password for the moment, but better use strong password, and email address in case you lost access or forgot your password. I don't put my real email because it's a lab environment. I don't care too much, but it's important that you will enter your correct email in case you will lose password and you want to restart your account. And let's install WordPress, and voila, it's done. Let's log. Okay, and you can start to work on your WordPress website. Now, if you don't want to work on the Linux machine, and you, let's say, have like a Mac or Windows, you can just make sure your Linux machine is available on the local network. So let's run the command IPA. You see, in this situation, it's behind NAT. My Windows machine have different IP address. So let's go to network and make sure they both sit on the same network. I just bridge the network card and reboot and restart the networking adapter. Okay, we got new address from DHCP. Let's go to my Windows machine. I type the IP address. We have access to the site, and if you type wp-admin and enter the password, you can edit your website from any station that's sitting on the same network. Okay, that's it basically. If you have any question, leave in the comment. I will do everything to answer as soon as possible. If you can share, like, subscribe, everything that can help the algorithm, I will really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Have a nice day, and I wish you all the best. Cheers.